Dun, 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 dun.
In terms of me covering more music on this channel, you can thank Starset for this, because as I've stated many times, and I'm sure as many of you have witnessed, I tend to cover primarily movie and television trailers on this channel. Sometimes gameplay trailers. It depends on the video game. Well, I want to do that much more often. I just haven't gotten around to it. But those are the types of visual entertainment. What I tend to cover on here. I've wanted to open up a channel for some time exclusively for music. And I might still, I'm in the process of working on something, so keep your eyes peeled. I don't know yet. There's a little more sophistication to it in terms of the development of what I'm thinking into it. It'll make sense as soon as I get there. But, I'm kind of like, well, I enjoy covering Starset so much. I know some of you guys might like, listen to some tunes with me. Although there tends to be a visual component, so this is a bit different. Although, I did some of these in the case with Starset before, where there was no visual, like Where the Sky's in that case. But I'm going to do the same thing again today for a different brand that I've really liked. For me, and I've said this primarily as well with movies, I like to give shout-outs to artists that might not always be the most talked about, especially within my circles. Because pretty much everybody I know, well, I know they're widely popular across the board. It's not just me that's a big fan, but Starset. I have, next to no friends that listen to them. It's just kind of sad. Although most of the friends in my life, at least or call friends or acquaintances, don't listen to any of the music that I do. I mean, they might listen to pop music or rap music. It's like, I'm not interested in any of that stuff. For me, especially pop music, I hate pop music, for the most part. With very, very, very minimal exception. I'm much more an alternative person. For me, I definitely have a specific taste. I'm much more into, rock and metal. But for me, I like to find artists that are more independent and focused, that aren't always, constricted by the artistic standards of the mainstream industry where it's at. And so for me, I tend to listen to a lot more alternative stuff that is lesser known, but I think better. Or maybe some bands that just aren't talked about well enough. They might be part of the mainstream, and just I haven't thought that far. Dead by April is one such group. Now, they're not US-based, which probably is part of the issue. I would imagine probably the UK, they're very popular. I think they're Swedish, specifically. But anyway, nobody that I know knows Dead by April, because no one talks about them other than me. But Dead by April, they're a Swedish group based in the UK. Why is it always that the UK is the better music? By the way, this and BFMB. I like both of them. But, America, we got some good stuff, too, like Starset and Trivium, and a bunch of others, as well as some of the artists I cited, specifically that I listen to. But Dead by April, I'm not a big electronic music fan. But when you blend it with metal and hard rock, and the way that it takes a mastery. And I think Dead by April, personally, has done very well. I've enjoyed all 4 albums so far, with a couple, again, some of the EPs are kind of thrown in the mix. But I really do love this group. There's so many songs that I can think of off the top of my head that I've listened to. They've just been top listens from time to time. I Can't Breathe is one of my favorites. A lot of stuff from the new album is really good. But everything pretty much, I've loved all their past albums. So I'm very excited to finally see some new music. And I'm like, I saw this on my feed. I'm like, well, I want to listen to it myself, but I really enjoy covering Starset on this channel. And I'd like to do more music reactions. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. As much as I love movies, music is a first love. So I'm opening up to more groups, I think. We'll see where this goes, but so far, 2 at least. Starset and now DBA. But as I've said, they've been coming out with some new tracks for some time. And for those of you who are not familiar with them, I love their songs. Some of their videos are a bit risque, in my opinion. I'm like, well, I don't always look, but I do like their music quite a bit. They're very, very good artists in terms of the metal industry. But I would definitely recommend any of their newer tracks they've released. And they've about 6 so far. Memory, I'm going to try to put these in order. Memory, Bulletproof, Let It Go. That's not exactly theirs. It's a Frozen rebrand with a metal a rock side to it. It's so good. It's much better than the original song. Sorry, Pixar. I know someone like you heathen. But anyway, so Let It Go, Heartbeat Failing, Collapsing. I'm assuming we're getting ready for a new album as well, because now we have Anything at All. I think there's a new album coming out, if I remember right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this new track, and we're going to listen to it together the first time. We're going to go ahead and watch this first. I'll talk about it more in my condensed review, so I'll watch the video again. Or like I said, I love to introduce people to new things, or maybe things that are lesser known that should be being talked about a lot more. This group is one of them. Okay, here we go. Let's give this a listen. Let me plug both headphones in. That might help. Beautiful cover, by the way. I assume it's not going to be the album cover, though, because it's got the name of the track exclusively here. Protected by these walls I've built, what's inside I've already killed. Nice, it's dark. Ooh. Love this new guy, by the way. Variations in the screaming work for me. Love it. It's beautiful. I love that the music just tracks along his voice. That's great. Pontus is amazing. Definitely more technical in focus. Gearing up. Oh, beautiful blend. That sounds really good. Told you, electronic music, I'm so selective. It's like a sad romance, from what I can understand. I don't have the lyrics pulled up, so the unclean stuff, I'm kind of like... Unclean the screaming, that's what I mean by that. Nice. Oh. And the fact they started off with a scream just on the jump, that's fabulous. That's a nice carryover. And it ends on such a soft note. You know, the funny thing is I've looked at so many Starset songs now on this channel, but I'm expecting this new, like, switch up. It's weird. Like, Dead by April has nothing to do with this. So I'm sitting there going, like, there should be, you know, for those of you who are familiar with Starset, you'll know this, that when they're, it's not for every single track, but most of them are like this, that when the track ends, they'll shift into some sort of, like, new key, and then it'll be this different measure, different beat to it. It's sort of, again, like an interlude, very, very brief interludes to the new tracks, whatever they happen to be. That's kind of how I felt like ending this. I'm so used to looking at tracks and having that be the case because of Starset that I'm like, well, I'm expecting it to switch up. I'm like, no, wait, this is a different group. They don't tend to do that. But that was really good. You know, for me, again, as I said, I'm a huge metal person. But I love sometimes when you have the different variations. So you can make things hard and soft at the same time. It just... I really liked it. It seems like a sadder romance song. It probably would help if I had covered the lyrics, because I couldn't understand, you know, half the screaming stuff I couldn't make out. But Pontus's voice, love him. I could listen to him all day. Just beautiful, beautiful voice. it sounded like a sadder romance song to me. But fundamentally, I'm just like, again, I just love Dead by April. Love this group. It's very hard for me to like electronic music. It depends on the group, and it depends on how well it's done and what the integration is. Really like this. And believe me, this is just one testament to how many songs they've done. And they've done so many great tracks. As I said, if you've never listened to Dead by April, I'd be wary of some of their videos sometimes, and maybe some of the lyric videos as well that they post. I'm like, well, some of the things are kind of risque, but their songs are just excellent. Really, they're beautiful. What are your guys' thoughts, if anything at all? For those of you, I would imagine, at least for anybody that knows me that's seeing this, because I know you don't talk about them. This is the first introduction. I forced you to listen. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff with liking, subscribing, and sharing that bell until we get to watch more from maybe Dead by April. Of course, Starset. Maybe a different music group in the future. Like I've said, keep your eyes peeled. We'll see. So far, 2 groups, though. Maybe more. Or maybe it'll be evolving. Well, just keep your eyes peeled. I'll see you guys at your point, but for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't love your fellow man. God bless, and peace.